Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to throw it over to Hart first.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Art.
Hi, good evening, Coach. I was wondering what your thoughts were on the game tonight. It looked quite similar to the game we saw against RSL, where you guys were very strong in the first half, and the second half maybe doesn't go your way. So what were your thoughts on this game?
Well, no, maybe the same as RSL. RSL would completely dominate the first half. Here it was, I would say, an even game in the first half, an even game in the second half. I think we had the same amount of chance. I think it was a game that we could have tied. Unfortunately, we missed a couple of chances in front of the goal. We considered, especially the second goal, I would say we were a little bit too soft. We were in numerical superiority, and they broke us centrally to free the space for the player on the side. We knew that was going to be very difficult here, because it's no secret that it's hard for us. We haven't won here since 2015, and we fought. We tried to put fresh legs in the second half, because the game was very dynamic, up and down, and unfortunately, again, they score after the second goal. We had two big chances. One with Javain, that basically Sergio saved the ball, because if not, it would have been a goal. And then the great save by the keeper against Rusty. I think that we deserve to tie, but it looks like we need to be better, because if we deserve to win last time and we lost, if we deserve to tie today and we lost, they say three coincidences make a clue. I think that let's make it two and stop it and start making points from Wednesday.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, just a reminder, if you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll go to Joshua next.
Hi, Vanni. I just wanted to ask you about your substitutions and what was the reasoning to take off Julian, and why didn't you change any of the fullbacks like you did last week against RSL?
Yeah, the game went through the eights a lot, and I think that Luis and Javain, they were doing actually an honest job, to be honest, on the side, and the games went through the number 8 a lot, with Montero and Newell moving a lot, and so I wanted fresh legs there. That's the reason why we put Rusty. And unfortunately, the last substitution was meant to happen like 5 minutes later, with maybe a double substitution, but Schopf got a little injured on the ankle, and that's the reason why we put Sebastian in.
All right, thanks, Vanni.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll go to Michael McCall, please.
Hey, Vanni. I just kind of wanted to look ahead to Wednesday. I know this is maybe not the ideal time, but I won't get a chance to speak before our show comes out. So, taking this into Wednesday, obviously we had been looking to get the team off to a fast start. It hasn't quite happened.
No.
Is Wednesday one of those games where you can try and shake some things off? How much importance do you put on this game now, having lost these first two games?
Well, the importance was enormous, even if we won these two games, but especially now because we lost, getting I would say change of pace and play better. It's fundamental, and it's a different game in the sense that we need to think. Maybe I hope that it's gonna be also, because I don't know if it's a mental thing that twice we were up and we conceded 2 goals. So Wednesday is actually, we don't have to think about it, because whatever is the results, we need to score the next goal and not concede, because it's a 180 minutes game. So we need to go at the best of our ability on Wednesday and try to win the game and not only to go further in the Champions League, but to start a series of victory that needs to happen also in the League Two.
What are you expecting from Real España? Looking at how they played in the CONCACAF League to get here,
Yeah.
they were unbeaten in all their away games. Are you expecting a team that's going to come and bunker? Because that has been the kind of teams that you've struggled to break down over the years.
I think so. I think so that it's going to be a team that is going to play with a low Barry center. So I don't want to say park the bus, but let's wait for us. And then they have very fast, technical, I would say, typical Central American, South American players in at top that can be very dangerous in counterattack. So we need to be better than we've been in these two games, capitalizing the chances, because today too we had the goal, two great chances in the first half, two enormous chances in the second half, and getting away scoring only one goal is what kills us.
Just last thing about Wednesday for me, looking at their team, like they've got a couple of dangerous guys in Roca and Benavidez, but they also look to be quite a physical team. They've picked up a lot of bookings in CONCACAF League. They picked up a lot of bookings in the Honduran League. Are you expecting a physical game, and how do you get your team not to get embroiled in all this kind of typical CONCACAF nonsense?
We need to be very good in moving the ball fast from a side to another and put in a way that we're going to make the field as big as we can when we have the ball, with the width of our fullback and the movement of our tens in order to create space and avoid them to let's say make the game like as you said before, like a kind of a brawl where it's really hard to play in between the lines. So that's what we need to do.
Cheers, Vanni.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Felipe?
Hi, Coach. It seemed like in the first half the team played with a lot of good possession. They did a high press for the first half, and then in the second half it sort of fell away. They went back into their shell and invited pressure. Was that your plan, to sort of sit back a bit, or was that something that the players sort of fell into as the pressure grew?
No, it wasn't a plan at all. The plan was to keep going and try to win the ball high and to attack the space in behind. That's the reason why we made the changes on players in the higher position, because we wanted fresh guys there that could sustain keep the pressure. So that's the reason why we put Dajo, that's the reason why we put Sergio, and we changed the midfielders. They were able to do a little more. I would say, I think that the game wasn't that different between the first and the second half. I think they had chance in the first half, we had chance in the first half, they had chance in the second half, we had chance in the second half. At the end, they scored one chance more than us. I think at the end, the number of chances are more or less the same. And again, we need to be better in those decisive moments.
And what lessons are you going to be taking into Wednesday's match against Real España, and even to FC Dallas next week back at BC Place?
We need to take the lesson of, again, everything go through being very compact and very good when we don't have the ball, because then it's going to be hard to win the ball high and possess. I'm okay if we make some mistakes in possession like we did sometimes today, because if you want to be a team that propose, if you want teams that attack, we need to take risk also sometimes, and we need to keep working. I know that now everyone is on the down low, but we need to have the chin up and go 100 miles per hour, because Wednesday is very important.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Coach. That's all we have for you tonight. Safe travels back to Vancouver.
Fantastic. See you next week, guys.